Dave Campbell's Texas Football, in conjunction with the Texas Bowl, is proud to present the Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week award to the most deserving high schooler in the state of Texas. Every Monday at noon, 12:38 and 22 seconds. TexasFootball.com announces 10 candidates for that week's award based on the previous week's on-field performance. We then leave it up to you at TexasFootball.com, where you can vote for which player you believe should be the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week. Voting closes each Friday at noon, with the winner announced here on this program shortly thereafter. Your Week 6 Dave Campbell's Texas Football, Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week nominees. Eastland quarterback Behren Morton threw for 425 yards and 5 touchdowns. He ran for 112 yards and 5 touchdowns. He kicked 10 PATs, and he averaged 42.3 yards punting in their 91-61 win over Panhandle. I'm sorry, 91-71. I don't want to shortchange Panhandle. He scored 71.
That's that. Did you say the highest scoring?
It's the 4th highest scoring game since 1951.
That's just insane.
Panhandle wide receiver Zach Wood on the other side of that game. 15 catches, 334 yards, and 3 touchdowns receiving for Zach Wood, the receiver for the Panhandle Panthers. Let me pull this up real quick. Hold on. That's got to be somewhere in the record books, close to it. Let me pull this up real quick. This is really exciting. Hold on. Yards receiving in a game. So that at 334, that is going to be in the top 20, but not in the top 10. Very impressive for Zach Wood. El Paso Eastlake quarterback Ryan Olivas threw for 359 yards and 6 touchdowns passing. Welcome back at Eastlake. Midland Greenwood running back Trey Cross ran for 366 yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground. Stephenville running back Cason Phillips ran for 275 yards and 6 touchdowns on the ground, and he had 74 yards receiving. Austin High quarterback Charles Wright threw for 206 yards and 6 touchdowns through the air, and he added 74 yards and a touchdown on the ground for the Maroons. Longview Pine Tree quarterback DJ Freeman's back. He goes 15 of 17 for 329 yards and 5 touchdowns passing. He also ran for 98 yards and a score on the ground.
Have yourself a day.
Bryan Rudder athlete Keithron Lee had 12 catches, 245 yards, and 4 touchdowns receiving. He also had 103 yards and 2 touchdowns rushing for Keithron Lee. It was a ridiculous week. Yeah. Corpus Christi Miller wide receiver Adrian Lloyd, 7 catches, 233 yards, and 3 touchdowns through the air for Corpus Christi Miller wide receiver Adrian Lloyd. And finally, Quanah quarterback and defensive back Landon Leija, 248 yards and 3 touchdowns passing, 242 yards and 3 touchdowns rushing, 8 tackles and an interception.
Oh, my God.
For Quanah quarterback and defensive back Landon Leija.
Holy cow.
So those are your Week 6 Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week nominees. Eastland quarterback Behren Morton, Zach Wood of Panhandle, Orion Olivas of El Paso Eastlake, Trey Cross of Midland Greenwood, Cason Phillips of Stephenville, Charles Wright of Austin High, DJ Freeman of Longview Pine Tree, Keithron Lee of Bryan Rudder, Adrian Lloyd of Corpus Christi Miller, and Landon Leija of Quanah. Vote early, vote often, vote now at TexasFootball.com, and good luck.